It's funny the way things work. When I wrote the script for this video, I was crying for hours, remembering the last 5 to 9 years. I recorded it the next day, and then I started editing it straight away, and I couldn't really believe what I was looking at. It seemed as though I'd read the whole thing out loud with certain, little bits of ad-lib here and there, with such a cunning look on my face with a strange smirk. I can't believe how insincere I look in this video despite each word being written from my heart. It's quite likely that when I'd written the script and, when I was crying for all those hours, I had relieved myself of the grief and the gratitude and just a whirlwind of emotion. So I guess the next day when I was looking at a camera and reading the words that I had written, it was a very artificial setting and I wasn't able to do it very genuinely. I don't really like the way that this video turned out because it looks and sounds very dishonest, but this is another thing through which I will learn. And perhaps in the future I won't write scripts on emotional topics. But anyway, here's the video.
Hello everyone. So when I wrote the script yesterday, I was bawling my eyes out, and there's a very high chance that I'll be crying this video. But this channel is about radical honesty, and trying to change the way people think about other people, what they think to be normal, for people to come to accept others, hopefully. At least that's the aim, so here I go. Here's part of my story. It has been 5 years now since I left the country I called home. Now all the things that in that place I used to consider to be home, including the street where I lived and my school, they've been bombed and destroyed. From here on, I will refer to that place as home. When I left home, it was all of a sudden. I left when I was 16. I had already been chronically depressed, but to leave my home environment and all my friends and my school with very little mental preparation was the worst thing up until that point in my life. I knew I was coming to London, but I was going to be going through Delhi, where I'd be staying for about 3 months, and living in Delhi all alone for 3 months was the worst part of it. I was depressed, malnourished. I felt like I was dying. I was closed in. I was friendless. And I lost my mind. I truly lost my mind. I did. Then coming to London, the culture shock of that on top of everything else left me pretty suicidal. And it wasn't the first time in my life that I had been suicidal. But the sort of depression I was in made me lose all feeling. It made me numb. It made me have no motivation, no determination to do anything at all. I had no identity, which is hard enough to establish as a third culture kid. I did not know who I was. I had no sense of self. And I also didn't have the courage. And at that time I thought it was the strength. Courage. I guess even now the words are interchangeable, but I didn't have the courage to commit suicide. And I didn't have any soul, any spirit, any reason, anything to continue living either. So I preferred to be asleep Each conscious moment was spent thinking of ways in which to die, like, how do I die without putting any effort into it? Because I don't have the courage to, and I don't really have the motivation to make it a project either. I didn't at the time. So I preferred to be asleep, because at least in my state of unconsciousness, sometimes if I was lucky, I would dream of my old friends and my new friends, and me just hanging out and stuff. And in my dreams, I wasn't sad. I wasn't depressed. Well, as I'm now 21, I can say that the reason why I live is because of a handful of people, some of the most beautiful jewels of humanity. I don't possess the vocabulary that would do them any justice. I don't have the words that will accurately describe how I feel about them, what they mean to me, let alone what they meant to me then, how highly I thought of them then, as they were helping me in my journey out of depression. This channel is called Third Culture Chaos because, in the long term, this channel will be about me and my mind, which has very much been shaped by me being a third culture kid. But initially I wanted to call this channel Figuring It Out Alive, because I haven't died yet. Figuring out how to die during those years when most people spend their time planning their future has left me quite confused and has made me go down unconventional paths, which have led me to be where I am right now, and also just unconventional, well, sort of unconventional paths to being an adult, in quotation marks, in the real sense, not like I'm 18, I'm over 18, I'm an adult, I'm over 21, I'm an adult, not like that. I don't feel as though I'm an adult yet. Not quite yet, in many respects. But here, on this channel, I will be showing you all how I try to figure it out alive. I'm alive, and I don't know if I should be, I don't know if I deserve to be, but as I am alive now, I've got to figure some stuff out, don't I? And what you will see in this channel will be part of my journey from here on out, from this moment forward. 5 years since I left home, a home that I can never go back to because it has been destroyed. And very soon, in a couple of months, I will also be leaving London, which I haven't ever called home, really. So it'll be another interesting move, and I cannot wait to go through all the emotions and feelings and goodbyes and hellos and new meetings and adventures. So thank you for watching this video if you've come up to this point of me rambling nonsense, I guess. And I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and showed me your interest. And also, please let me know what you would like me to cover. I have, as a third culture kid, I felt really quite alone. Especially as not a very wealthy third culture kid, I felt really alone in trying to figure out my future and worry about that stuff. So I practice, to a certain degree, radical honesty. So like, I'd be 100% honest about everything. So if you have any questions, leave them below. or you can send me an email as well. All the information will be in the description bar. And thank you for watching.